It is Sunday, December 15th, 2024, and I am. Oh man, today was a day. Actually, okay. I've had a lot going on the last couple of weeks, so. So, uh, I just finished uploading today's video, which is the second video I've ever uh, published late, so far at least. So, uh, and that was because, like I put in a community post that I posted to explain the lateness, I haven't had a chance to sit down and think for like the last 11 hours. So, I'm exhausted. In a good way, though. Um, some things have changed around here. Actually, some things have not changed. In the video that's going out tomorrow in my time, so a year ago tomorrow when this gets posted, I had laundry in the background that I needed to sort and clean up. And what do you know? Ta-da! It's in a different place than it was because the camera's in a different place than it was, and everything's in a different place than it was. But yes, laundry remains constant. Also, my piano was moved from over there to being here because I have something new over there. I bought an electric drum set, which has something to do with what I did today, but I'll get to that later. Anyway, so oh man, I completely forgot one of the reasons why I was doing this. Uh, where is it? Is it over there? I don't know where it is. I can't see. Well, is it down here? Where is it? Uh, I finished my little tiny cross stitching project that I started at the end of the year. Where I thought I had it here, like around me somewhere. Uh, well, shucks. Well, I was gonna show that to you guys. I guess you don't really need to. I guess I don't really need to care a whole lot about that because I can just show you all the pictures that I took of it. So I guess really I don't know where it is. It's just got to be in the other room somewhere. Well, okay, that's I should have thought about that. Well, after you hear everything that I've been doing, I hope you guys will forgive a slight oversight. So yes, um, I hopefully am showing pictures of that right now. Uh, it's a little red panda. It's so cute and nice and wonderful. And I finished it. I got it like maybe halfway done just by working on it here and there. And then on this Thanksgiving's trip to visit my grandma, uh, I just buckled down and got it done the rest of the day, or the rest of the way, not the rest of the day. It actually took me a couple days that we were up there to do that. So that was fun. It was nice. It was relaxing. It came from my that kit came from my grandma anyway. So, and when she saw how cute it ended up being, she took the rest of the kit because they always give you more thread than you need. Um, so she might also do it at some point because it's a small thing relatively. Uh, it's not a huge time commitment. It's only a huge time commitment if you like never work on it like me. Otherwise, you can get it done super quick. Uh, yeah. Um, so I also took pictures of the back, just because I had been talking about that before in some of this stuff. So um, I'm hopefully showing the pictures of the back now. I think there were a couple colors that I got done that I forgot to take a picture of the back. So there's probably a major jump a little bit. And then when you get all the way to the end and you do the outlining or the back stitching as it's technically called, uh, caring about how the back looks just goes out of the window, because unless you do it correctly, it just doesn't lay right. So, and I know that from experience because I was like, oh, well, I can do it more efficiently than how it says to by just not looping back so much, blah, 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 blah. It's not worth it. It looks so much better when you just do the back stitches like you're supposed to. That being said, the back stitches are also really fun because there's also a lot of optimization that you can do with them. Uh, it's completely different to the optimization that you can do with doing the stitches themselves. But anyway, so yeah, sorry I can't show it right next to my lovely face, but uh, that's what you get. If you want to know the size of it, I have the hoop here for some reason, and this hoop is, which to be fair, I'm also holding like it's like that fish picture. This hoop is huge. This is how big the hoop is. It's bigger than my entire face. No, this is what it looks like next to my face. This is what it looks like in my hand. It's slight. It's just a little bigger. The pattern fits nicely in it with a little bit of room to spare. So that's the size of it. Why I have the hoop and why I don't have the actual thing next to me. Mysteries that will never be solved. Anyway, so now on about the stuff. Also, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so if I sound weird, that is totally the reason why. Um, so it's yeah, I don't know. It feels like I was sick not that long ago, but I don't know. That's how it goes, I guess. Anyway, so I've been really busy the last couple of weeks. Um, so let's go back 2 weeks. Today is Sunday. Last week was Sunday. 2 weeks ago was Sunday, because that's how weeks work. Okay, but the Monday, 2 weeks ago, the Monday after the Sunday, um, I had my regular rehearsal with the group here in town that I play with. Uh, and then on Wednesday, we had our dress rehearsal. That was, yeah, that went fine, and there weren't any problems there. On Thursday, the next day, I had a dress rehearsal because for a musical that I'm going to say the name of, but bleep out because probably nobody else did this musical at this time. So we did my drum teacher, my old drum teacher, was the guy was the drum set player for the show, but he couldn't make the dress rehearsal or the final show. So I subbed for both of those. So that Thursday was the dress rehearsal for that. So that was really stressful. Also, I was like 2 hours away from where I am, so that was not fun to drive that far. Uh, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So, yeah, I was nervous about that. It's harder to sub for musicals than it is to actually be the person who's normally does the musical, because you only get like one chance if you, yeah. I got the dress rehearsal to prepare basically. So, but I had been in close contact with my old drum teacher about some of the decisions he was making about it, and getting the music to me and stuff, so I could practice it myself. Um, so, yeah. So the dress rehearsal ended up not going too terribly. There were two major mistakes that I did that were not great. Um, but overall, for my first time ever playing at that place with those people, that was an or, by the way. That was my first time playing at that place. Well, I'm gonna get myself thinking about the logic of that, and let's not for now. I had never played at that place before. I had also never played with those people before. So yeah, both of those things. So so yeah, it didn't really go too bad for never doing it before. Um, then after that Thursday, on Sunday, I had the concert with the people with the group in town. So that was one week. The next day, on Monday, I, it was finals week, and as you guys might remember, I took two classes for my master's degree this semester. Um, that is also what I'm going to blame for the fact that I haven't completed my New Year's resolutions yet. Because instead of just making more YouTube content, uh, I feel like if I had actually thought about it, well, no, the master's degree totally eclipses that. That's going to be something that's going to really help. So I feel no remorse about not starting two new channels. I started this one. That should count, even though it wasn't one of the ones I was thinking of. Um, and I started a master's degree. That's I am way I am I think I did a great job this year. We'll say. How about that? Uh, so I forgot what I was saying. Uh, Windows security did not find any viruses. Great. Um, oh yeah. So yeah, it was finals week, and one of my finals was a take-home final, and one of them was a online final. So it was like a normal final, but you had to be in the Zoom session so that he could see that you were there taking it or something, whatever. So I spent most of the day on Monday and most of the day on Tuesday doing the take-home final, uh, and did also the online final on Tuesday. So I took both of those days off of work. I saved enough time off to be able to do that. Was that my phone? My phone has never made that noise before. What? Why is my phone making noise? Why did it turn its own volume on? What? I never. What? That is so weird. That doesn't make any sense. What? That is so weird. Yeah, that was my mom texting me that she made it home. Anyway, okay, yeah. So I still have to finish my story. So, yeah, no, the take home final took forever because I wasn't sure exactly what part of it meant, and I didn't end up asking my professor in time before it was like, okay, I just need to do this and submit it. I ended up being happy with what I submitted, so I ended up thinking, I think I ended up figuring it out. Uh, and I ended up being happy with what I submitted. So, but yes, I ended up saving enough time off so that I could take those 2 days off, which was a very good idea. Okay, then I had to work on uh, I had to work on Wednesday and Thursday, and then I also took Friday off because I had too much time saved, so I had to do something with it. Also because I worked later on on both Wednesday and Thursday, I worked a little later because things are a dumpster fire and somebody needs to. I don't know that I was putting out the fires. I was maybe part of the bucket brigade. Man, things were bad. I did not feel bad taking off Friday. I actually that's actually a lie. I felt a little bad taking off Friday. Oh, I should let my mom know that I made it home. Okay. Oh, Sorry, that was gross. Um, so yeah, in addition to that, I've had cold symptoms all week. Not terribly, but just a little bit here and there, and like stuffy noses and coughs and stuff, as you just experienced. So, um, I also was practicing uh, for some time on Thursday and some time on Friday and some time on Saturday for the thing today. So today, church was a little earlier than normal because it was the children's program, and they only want to make it do them. They only want to make them do it once, so they had a combined service that was a little earlier than usual. For half the people, it was a little later than usual because that's how that works. Um, but then after that, uh, I we got some Taco Bell. It was still early enough that they had their breakfast menu, which was fun because we never get to have anything from their breakfast menu. So I sat up here, I ate it, and then I had to leave because I had to get gas and I had to fill up one of my tires that's leaky with air. Um, and turns out I had to leave enough time to get on the highway, then immediately remember something that I had forgotten and turn back. And uh, so thankfully I made it there like 15 minutes before I needed to be there. So that was fine. Um, it didn't leave me with very much time to warm up though. And I also didn't have any time to practice in the morning like I thought I might. I also didn't have any time to get the video ready for today. So then, yeah, so then I left for real. 2 hours later, I get there. 2 hours later, the show's done. Actually, 2.5 hours later because, well, uh, I was there early, like you need to be to set up your equipment and stuff. Then it probably took like maybe half an hour or a little less to pack up. Uh, and then my parents went to the show, which is why my mom was just asking if I made it home. Because they got free tickets for me doing this because my drum teacher let me use his free tickets that they were his that he got for doing most of the show, but he let me use them so my parents could come and watch. So that was fun. That was really nice of him. Uh, so they ended up putting. Anyway, actually, let me finish that and I'll talk more about the show. Uh, so then, um, my parents helped me pack up some stuff, which was really nice. And then we all went together to, and I need to remember to bleep this out. We went to a restaurant called in, and that was so good. I had to say the name of that because it was really good, and I need to remember that because I want to eat there again because it was really good. Uh, it was a really nice place. It was it was like a family owned diner basically, and yeah. Um, and then driving, then I drove 2 hours and back here. So hence the 11 hours. Because there were, okay, so I was out of town for 7 of those hours and then at church and stuff. I guess technically I sat down and ate lunch, but I was still rushing at that point. So, um, yeah. Hence the 11 hours. If you go look back at my community posts, that's that's the one. So the show was a lot of fun. Um, so first of all, that's the last thing I have to do. Well, I was gonna say for the year, but I'm pretty sure my mom has music for me to play for Christmas. So, but that's the end of this stretch. There's nothing immediately this week that I have to worry about. Nothing that I have music for. I think I get music on Saturday for Christmas stuff, but right now I don't have to worry about that. So it ends up, because of how things work out. Um, I have to work tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I'm off between. Uh, let's see, what is it? The 18th is my first day off, and January 6th is the first day I have to go back. So I have a good, like, legitimately 2.5 weeks, 2.5 full weeks that I don't have to work here coming up, which I need to do a lot of stuff in. Wow, my hair looks so greasy. Does it? Or does it just look weird? I don't know. I need a haircut for sure. I need a beard cut, a beard trim. Uh, I have lots of stuff I need to do. I need to fix my leaky tire. Hopefully, I can do that over break. Um, anyway, okay, so back to talking about the show, I guess. Um, I was told to wear a black T-shirt and black pants, which I have black jeans on, um, because they had a ugly Christmas sweater for me to wear. Because for some reason they decided to put the band in a place on the stage where you can see them. We were like behind one of the backdrops, or the set looked like a room with windows. I guess I only saw the front of the set for like 5 minutes maybe, so I don't even really know what it looked like. But I know that we were behind the windows, so you could see us somewhat. So hence the Santa hat that they had for us to wear, and um, uh, the ugly Christmas sweater. Man, let me tell you, it's hot playing drum set in an ugly Christmas sweater. I was getting pretty toasty. I had to stand up and go somewhere and take off the sweater. I still had this on underneath of it, but yeah, I had to take it off during intermission, because it was pretty hot. But then I was actually pretty much fine for the rest of it, so I guess I was okay. Um, they had a thing for me to plug in earbuds so I could actually hear what was going on. That was really nice, because otherwise, um, none of the speakers for it's not we were behind everybody, not in front of everybody like you would be in a pit, so we couldn't hear any of the people. So that was nice. That was actually what I forgot and what I had to turn around for, um, was the earbuds. It's definitely good that I did. Um, so it was a lot of Christmas music from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So one of those type of musicals, if you know what I mean. It was a lot of fun. Um, and I think I did a really good job. Not, it wasn't perfect. I don't. If anybody has a perfect performance, that's virtually unattainable. But especially for a musical. Um, but it was definitely. I did not make the two major mistakes that I made at the dress rehearsal. Um, and I made I think a lot of things. I tightened up a lot of things that were a little loose, um, at the dress rehearsal. So it's weird. I was kind of nervous because like because it was also finals week and work was the dumpster fire. Um, I hadn't practiced every night like I thought I was going to. Um, since the dress rehearsal, I basically only. I guess I don't know. Did I practice on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the last week? I don't know, but I did practice Friday, Saturday, and I guess not Sunday. Um, I did like full run throughs with the recordings, which weren't great. The recordings that you can find on YouTube doesn't sound anything like what it actually sounds like, and the drum part is written terribly, just like every drum part that's ever been written. Drum set playing is so hard. It's so weird because nobody knows how to write for drum set, so they just put like random stuff on the page that approximates what they think is gonna sound like. But it so the main thing about drum set playing from like music like that is figuring out how much you can ignore. Um, but the other hard thing is that once you figure that out, figure out how much music to ignore, you basically have to memorize everything that you're gonna do because it's not written in the music. So either you have to be really good at just like coming up with stuff, like drum fills and intros and things like that. Either you just have to be really good at like making that stuff up, or you have to have an incredible memory to remember every single place what you want to do and where. Because, like I said, the music is awful, like every drum set part ever is, and so what you're gonna play isn't in the music. So that's the hardest thing with. I think. I mean, we had more than 15 numbers to do, so remembering, like memorizing most of 15, more than 15 songs, it's hard. So that's where the practice really comes in and helps. Um, Also, that's why drumming style is dependent. I mean, like drumming style is almost more personal than a lot of other musicians' styles. Like you can probably learn somebody else's style on guitar. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. To be fair, um, maybe I'm just making that up. Maybe it is very hard to learn somebody else's style on guitar. But I would think it would be super difficult to learn somebody's drumming style because you have to make so much stuff up, and it's gonna be different pretty much every time you do it. At least it is. That's how it goes with me. Um, it's too hard to remember exactly to memorize exactly everything that's gonna happen. So you just have to remember the general idea of what you want to do and then fit something in there. So anyway, so yeah, doing that and trying to match everybody else in the group for their, so that we play cohesively, while also only being there for a dress rehearsal and then playing the concert for playing the last show. That's very difficult, but I think it won. I think it turned out really good. Um, I didn't, like I said, I didn't make the two major mistakes. I didn't make any more major mistakes. So could it have been better? Sure. Uh, was I very happy? Was I very pleased with what I did? Yeah, I was. I think it went really well. So, and now I get to relax. It's weird though. I'm exhausted, but I still feel like I have more energy than I usually do. There's something about doing a good job at something that's really hard. It's specifically in a performance setting where you can't take it back. It's out there and it's done. You did it or you didn't. There's there's something energizing about doing a good job at that. Maybe it's just music. Maybe music is just awesome. I think you guys probably could figure out my opinion on that. Yeah, I think music is awesome. But I guess that's why I do it. I was not a fan of the 2 hour drive, especially not today, because it was like it was foggy. It was terrible. I couldn't even tell that the road curved in front of me a little bit, in some places, except for the fact that I could see the center line curving or turning, or I just wanted to say both of those words, so they both came out at the same time. Um, but yeah, like I couldn't even see over to the edge of the road to see that it was turning. So, uh, yeah, no, the drive back was not great. And so uh, I will also say, um, my mom was very nice. I was I was tired. I was mentally exhausted after the show. Um, so she drove my car to the place where we were eating, while with me in it, obviously, while my dad drove the car that they came in. So that was very nice. That gave my brain a break for a second to not think about things. Um, but while while we were doing that, uh, there was just a dog. Like a dog went and stood in the middle of our lane in the fog. It was a black dog, and it was not concerned about like almost getting run over. It was really scary. Like it just like walked up into the middle of our lane. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be too long for this world. Especially since there were some other cars on that road. Um, yeah, but you could like barely see them, cause, uh, cause yeah, cause it was foggy and stuff. But yeah, no. So I wasn't too excited about. I was starting to feel not super excited about this whole thing because of the drive and because of being nervous about coming in and doing it on one rehearsal basically. Um, but I don't know. This is why you do it. This is why you do things. Because when you do a good job, it's there's nothing like it. So I don't know. It's weird. It's energizing. And music is great. Music is energizing. When you, I don't know. I don't know. I could talk about that for a long time probably. Um, I spend too much time on stage and not enough time in the audience. I know that to be true. But I hope you guys in the audience also know that sometimes when you're on stage, you get even more out of the music than the people in the audience do. So it's not to say doing musicals especially is exhausting in and of themselves because um, it's a 2 hour show, right? You're not playing for 2 hours, but you have to be on mentally for those 2 hours, because if you start to lose concentration, you know that's when you're gonna miss the cue to start the next song or whatever. So there's, especially if it's a show that you're unfamiliar with, like, if you come in and do it on one rehearsal, um, you really need to be thinking the entire time and paying attention and concentrating, because otherwise you're gonna mess up. You're gonna fail. So that's why directly afterwards I was pretty mentally exhausted, and I'm very grateful that my mom um, drove my car to the place where we ate. But yeah, now now I feel like I could do another show. Not actually, but now I've got the energy. It was exciting. Also, sometimes for things like this, when it gets to the end, uh, you start feeling nostalgic already. Like, if I had done this show from the beginning and done all the shows, I probably would be missing the music and stuff right now. And I am a little bit. It was fun practicing it and doing it, but I also don't have the commitment to to being like, oh well, I did this for like 3 weeks straight. And now I'm never gonna play those songs again. I don't really have much of that right now. I'm just happy and pleased, and I'm full up, and that's why we do it. That's why I do it. Anyway, uh, just like just like all these that I've been doing this year, I've been waiting until I have something to say to do these, which usually means that I have a lot to say, which means that when it comes time to upload these, it's gonna be a pain. I already know that. It's easy to get like 3 minute long episodes of these uploaded. It's a little harder to get 10-minute episodes of these uploaded. 40 minutes, an hour, yeah. But I think this is gonna work out better for this year for sure. And yeah, I guess yeah, I guess that's it.